Bro.
And whatnot.
We're listening to actual stream right now, dude.
Wonderfully here, Reason and Vidil, a duo that we are very excited to see here on stage. There's some Reason fans out there.
Yo,
That's the joke.
you come
There's a lot
into
of
like every single stream, bro.
I mean, there's a reason to like Reason, and when you look at the run that they've had this year, getting 7th, 4th, and 5th from Majors 1, 2, and 3, respectively. I mean, it's crazy talking about the consistency that all of these duos have brought here today, and to see them competing together. I am so excited to watch Reason and Vidil.
Yeah, really interested to see how these guys can do. Of course, they're landing at the Doom's Castle towards the northeast side of the map. They have a couple of teams there as well, so they're not going to be uncontested there. But this is a team throughout the whole year have performed really well, as you mentioned.
Waiting.
A really nice year with a 7th, 4th, and a 6th. Really, really consistent placement, and they're able just to find really solid games when it matters. They're able to get into that situation of endgames, finding eliminations. It just seems like whenever you look at the leaderboard at the end of a tournament, it's like, oh yeah, Reason of the deal, they're in 5th. How did they get there? We haven't really seen so much of them, but they sneak their way up, and I hope they can do that this weekend.
And you talk about them being contested, although the north side of Doom Castle, they're not necessarily contested.
Yeah.
They kind of have that north side to themselves. They're going to have that Cypress point to themselves. They do have 2 sets of duos that are contesting the south and to the north, which honestly sounds like the perfect storm for them to third party these other duos, especially that duo that's landing north of them, which there isn't much to go for there.
Yeah.
I can imagine Reason and Vidil focusing that duo to get some of the Stormfist tags.
Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier as well. Mugen coming in from that west side, they can have to deal with that situation as well. I mean, that drop spot is such a big drop spot, so many different little nooks and crannies where you can sort of hide and try and sneak around. I think we expect to see a little bit more of elongated fights happening there from teams that are coming on in, and I love that. Yeah, this is the star of the show right here. This is Healy. We've been looking at him. I love it. I love it. He's been doing some emotes randomly. I don't know if he's doing it for anyone or he just naturally does them. He's just pulling out emotes.
He's doing it for everyone. We need this Healy right now.
They're heading over to their booths. I think they're about to start the games.
Hopefully the energy to the players as well. As you can see, they are starting to come back into the stage, get onto their setups, and as we get ready to get into game number 1.
That's right. We are just so thankful for you guys, the fans. We really do appreciate your patience. We are sorry about that, but we'll be getting back into game very, very shortly. I wanted to also talk about Bryce and Bolt. When the players came out and Bryce and Bolt came out, the arena went kind of crazy, and it's a little unexpected because I don't want to say like, hey, there's duos here that don't have fans. It's just like sometimes you're gonna be like, Bryce and Bolt's like, oh, I'm like, yo, you guys are what's going on? I'm down.
I mean, they've had this interesting dialogue all year long where they're like, oh, who's the underdog? A lot of people ask it. And a lot of people say Bryson Bolts, but again, they aren't necessarily underdogs. In Major 2, they got 6th place. In Major 3, they got 8th place. And similar to what we saw from Batman, Booga, and Rapid, they got 8th place by only playing 11 out of 12 games. Who knows where they would have been if they had all 12 games?
Last year Globals as well, Bryson and Cubs, they were a team that took us by surprise. Right. They did so well. I think they won a couple of games as well on the Grand Final day. It was one of those where it's like, where did these guys come from? But that's what this Global Championship stage can do. It can put you on a little pedestal. It can be like, look at me, I am a professional, and I'm a very good professional player at that. And I think that's what I look at when I look at this duo. This is a duo that have that experience of doing well, Bryce in particular. So I'm intrigued as to what they can do, particularly with their drop spot now. They're wanting that forecast tower. We broke it down earlier on. Vico and Flixie.
I'm waiting and waiting and waiting.
I'm intrigued because we haven't seen Vico and Flixie have too many problems going for that. So I'm intrigued as to what they're going to bring.
Yeah, it's a Dolphin House and Split, and they kind of have this little lake where there's a crash plane. They get tons of metal from it, and they get to go to that quick forecast tower. Honestly, it's a bit of an underrated Split, and I understand why Bryce and Bolts have been there all year long.
That's what we need, right? Is another fight for another forecast tower. The observers are going to just be in just a handful of spots across the map. Is there a forecast tower? Yes. We're going to go hang out there. Another duo here to highlight. It's Janice. It's Pixie. Another EU duo. And of course, I mean, Janice. I mean, come on. Fans of Fortnite, if you've watched, you've been following. Those guys are incredible.
I mean, going all the way back to 2020, winning the solo invitational of Janice, and then Pixie having a great performance in the Globals last year.
Yeah, really, really great. I mean, that was a duo where we were like, another one of those teams where these guys just came out of nowhere. It seemed like they were performing well going up to that, but now Pixie was one of those players that was kind of a top commodity, if you like, going into this last major of the chapter because he was performing very, very well. So many
Yo.
different players and so many different players. Very veteran players as well. We're looking at Pixie and thinking this could be potentially a good duo partner for me, an up-and-coming player. Picked up now, of course, by Janice. Uncontested red line rig.
I'm just waiting.
I think this is another team where, yes, it says they're uncontested. If you're one of those teams, Cassie and Aspect, for example, maybe they might look to land on them, but the experience of Janice and, of course, Pixie being such an important player within this duo, they performed very, very well in Major number 3 where they got 8, so I'm interested to see what they can bring in.
You bring up the fact that, like, you know, they kind of look out and go, hey, this is an opportunity. But that was kind of what this year of Fortnite was, right? So much of the landscape changing after Global Championships last year, right? It was kind of like, yeah, we're kind of going back to LAN, we're kind of doing things. But once we got there, it was like, okay, this is different, right? Like, now that we're here, next year has to be different. And so many of these duos just looked across the board and were like, maybe I should pick up that duo, I should pick up this duo. Like, it's been crazy.
I mean, I always say that there's only one thing you can predict in Fortnite is that it is unpredictable, regardless of if that's the map changing, the meta changing, duos literally changing between qualifiers and semifinals. We really don't know what's going to happen until the game starts.
What I love about these global events is no matter what
It's
as
really.
you mentioned, different teammates potentially, it all doesn't really matter because this is where it all goes down. These next 12 games are going to be absolutely electric. I can't wait to get into it.
That's right. We've got another duo here to talk about Epic Whale and Muzz. I mean, you kind of highlighted them at the start of the show there, Muzz being one of the first duos to kind of win in most regions. And Epic Whale, I mean, when we
And game 1 starting right now. Nope. I was wrong.
See a lot of our teams doing. How can they show their identity this weekend, applying themselves with this new strategy and the new season?
Do you guys feel that, like, in that moment to moment, right? So let's say we're going, we're going to have this surge strategy. We're going to need this loadout. Does that change moment to moment? Does that change zone to zone?
Yes, 100%. Obviously, you need those long-range tags. You're going to go for the ARs, having to get those storm surge tags, of course. But once you get closer, once you get to the end game, you're going to go fighting box to box. You want to make sure that you have your favorite shotgun. And really, depending on the player, you might see Sovereign, you might see the Gatekeeper, or you might see that Hammer Pump.
Yeah, or even those dual-wield SMGs. Those things are absolutely crazy. I think a lot of teams, a lot of players will be looking to pick those up towards the later stage of the game. When everyone's a little bit closer, you don't necessarily need that range of the assault rifles, of course. It seems like the burst is the most common one for the players that are trying to get the storm surge tags. It's not quite as good in...
Farmer Boy's new barbecue crunch cheeseburger
that's
box
everyone.
plus fries
Okay.
and a drink for just
What
$9.99.
is Power doing?
Man, I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
God damn, that's loud. Oh, we have playing. Oh, we're in it. We got to we're ready. It looks like the game
Oh my
is
God.
just about to kick off here. Let's jump into match number 1.
Oh my God. Match 1 is starting. Match 1. I need to restart the PS5. At least Fortnite. Bro.
What's taking place here with Wheezy and Thomas? And you have to keep in mind, Duke's Sphinx not too far from this location here at Research Rock. Brawler's Battleground, I think, providing a decent opportunity for a little bit of early clashing potentially.
We'll talk about those early clashes. We already know what's going to
Oh
happen
my God.
here. It's Malibuka versus Ash versus the Powered Alex, the Power Worthy. First tags are going to go to Carmine Court first Ash.
Power Alex and Power Worthy versus KC, Merstash, and Malibuka. Oh, I'm gonna reset.